Hello everybody, welcome to Gringo University. I recently uploaded a video showing you the direct pronouns. Today we're gonna break down those sentences and I'm going to explain you when to use the direct pronoun and why I used it. So let's start with the video. Comencemos con la primera frase. I'm going to read the first sentence. Yo había comprado 3 conejos para los niños y mi novia los cocinó para la cena. Ahora tengo que comprar 3 conejos más, pero esta vez los voy a dejar en la casa de mi mamá. Okay, here we have 3 conejos. This is the thing that we're going to replace with the direct pronoun. The direct pronoun is used so you avoid repetition. So I don't have to say conejos every single time if I'm going to be referring to the conejos again in the speech or with the person I'm talking to. So we use the direct pronouns to avoid repetition. So conejos is masculine and conejos is plural. So we're gonna use los. So we have here 3 conejos and I'm going to replace conejos with los because conejos is masculine and is more than one, okay, it's plural. Para los niños y mi novia los cocinó. In Spanish, you have to put the direct pronoun before the verb. In English, will be the other way around. You have to put it before the verb. My girlfriend cooked them. Okay? In Spanish, you have to put it before the verb. Mi novia los cocinó para la cena. Ahora tengo que comprar 3 más. If you have more than one, you can replace conejos with the number. Okay, 3 conejos, 3 cars. I have to buy 3 more. So 3 will be replacing also conejos. Okay, you can replace with the number or with the direct pronoun. So let's keep reading this. La cena. Ahora tengo que comprar 3 más, pero esta vez los voy a dejar en casa de mi mamá. Here I have the los, which is replacing conejos. I already said that you have to put los before the first verb. In English will be the other way around. You have to put it after the verb. But if you have 2 verbs, like we have here, we have the verb ir. This is the verb ir, conjugated in the first form, in the yo form. And we have the verb dejar, to leave. So we have 2 verbs. So we get to choose whether if you put this before the first verb or after the second verb, but never in the middle. Okay, never in the middle. If you're a gringo, if you may put it here because it sounds more like English. Let me read it like that. Pero esta vez voy a dejarlos en la casa de mi mamá. ¿Sí? Or I can put it here. Pero esta vez los voy a dejar en la casa de mi mamá. ¿Sí? If you have 2 verbs, you can put it at the beginning or at the end of the second verb. Nunca en la mitad. Never in the middle. Never in the middle. Okay, let's continue with the other phrase, second phrase. Mi carro se dañó ayer, pero mi mecánico favorito lo reparó en menos de media hora. Lo llevó a su taller y lo arregló con sus ayudantes. Lo dejó como nuevo. Okay, the thing that we're going to replace here will be car, my carro. So carro is masculine, and we have to replace it with lo. Okay? So, and this is the verb, this is a reflexive verb, dañarse. To break down, dañarse. See? And I have it here in the past tense, se dañó. This is a reflexive verb. If you want me to create a video explain this, just let me know in the comments. El carro se dañó ayer, pero mi mecánico favorito lo reparó. ¿Sí? Lo is replacing car because car is masculine and it goes with lo. If car were feminine, I have to put la here. Or if I had more than one car repair, I have to put los. But it's just one car, it's my car. Lo reparó, I only have one verb, and so I have to put it before the verb. See? Remember, this is the past tense, this is the predator. And you have to put the accent on the last syllable. Reparó. It's not reparo. Some of my students will say reparo. No. Try to exaggerate. See? we don't speak like this, but if you're learning Spanish, try to exaggerate some sounds, and over time you get better at this. Lo reparó. This helped me a lot when I was learning French. I used to exaggerate the pronunciation. So I would recommend you to do this, learning Spanish. Lo reparó en menos de media hora. Lo llevó. Remember, nobody speaks like that. It will help you a lot to get used to the language and the pronunciation. Try to exaggerate. Lo llevó a su taller. Okay, we only have one verb, so I have to put it before the verb, the direct pronoun. In English, will be the other way around. Let me see here. Repair it. He took it. See, after the verb. In Spanish, it's before the verb, so you have to get used to it. Lo arregló. Again, exaggerating this pronunciation. Lo arregló con sus ayudantes. Lo dejó como nuevo. Again, I only have one verb. I have to put it before the verb. I only have one verb here. I have to put it before the verb. And I only have, solo tengo un verbo aquí. Así que debo colocarlo antes del verbo. El verbo reparar, aquí está. Solo tengo un verbo, entonces tengo que colocarlo antes del verbo, ¿vale? Esa es la regla y así es como funciona el español, ¿vale? Entonces, continuemos con la tercera frase. Ayer llamé a mi mamá para felicitarla por su cumpleaños. Se enojó porque la llamé muy tarde. En su próximo cumpleaños la voy a llamar más temprano. Ok, aquí tenemos. Ayer llamé a mi mamá. Mi mamá will be the person who that we're going to replace with a direct pronoun. So mi mamá is a girl, so it will be la. Okay, so I have one verb, but I didn't put the la before the verb. Why? Because after para, after a, after de, you don't have to conjugate the verb and you have to put the pronoun before the verb. This is an exception and you have to get used to this, okay? After para, after a, after de, you don't conjugate the verb, you leave the verb in infinitive and you have to put the pronoun after the verb, okay? After the verb. It's an exception. Don't worry, I created more examples like this during these sentences and we will see that later. Okay, para felicitarla. So I have para here. So the rule says that I don't have to conjugate the verb. So this is the verb felicitar, congratulate somebody, congratulate. So who am I congratulating? A mi mamá. Do I have to put mi mamá? No, because that would be redundant because we know we're talking about her. So that's why we put la. Para felicitarla. Why don't you see this la before the verb? Oh, I already said that because after para, after de, after a, you don't conjugate the verb. Okay, and you have to put the direct pronoun after the verb. Okay, so to congratulate her, like in English, to congratulate her. So yes, to congratulate, like that. This is very similar in English. Por su cumpleaños, for her birthday. Se enojó, another reflexive verb. Enojarse is to get mad. Enojarse. Me enojé, te enojaste, ella, él se enojó, ellos se enojaron, nosotros nos enojamos. That's a reflexive verb, to get mad. ¿Sí? Porque la llamé again. I don't have para here or a or de, so I have to put before the verb. I only have one verb, I have to put it before the verb. La llamé. Remember, we are exaggerating. La llamé muy tarde. En su próximo cumpleaños la voy a llamar más temprano. Oh, here we have two verbs. What did I say about having two verbs? I have the verb ir, conjugating the yo form, yo voy, and I have the verb llamar. Remember, I said after a, after para, after de, you don't have to conjugate the verb. That's why you have this llamar in its infinitive form, to call. It is infinitive. Why? Because you have a. So I have two verbs. So what is the rule? I get to play with this la. See, I have to put it before the verb, the first verb, never in the middle, never in the middle. I have to put it before the verb, or I have to put it after the second verb. If you're, I'd already say, if you're gringo, if you put it here, it will be easier for you. Voy a llamarla más temprano. I decided to put it here because it's my choice. But if you want, you can put it here. Voy a llamarla más temprano. Okay, continuemos con la cuarta frase. Let's continue with the fourth phrase. Sorry if I make a mistake in English. I'm also learning English too. So I apologize if I made a mistake or mispronounce a word. Okay, let's continue. Yo traje los libros. Okay, traje is the past tense of the verb to bring. I brought, and this also means suit. A suit. When you go to a party, you have a suit. So it has two meanings. In this case, is I brought. I brought the books. The books will be the thing that we're going to replace. Here we have los libros. So libros is masculine, and it's plural, and they're already giving me the answer. Oh, in which direct pronoun should I use? I have it here, los. So I'm replacing libros with los. Yo traje los libros para. After para, you don't have to conjugate the verb. See? It's in its infinitive form. After para, you don't have to conjugate the verb. After a and after that, you don't have to conjugate the verb either. Los puse encima de la mesa. This is, I put them. I have only one verb, so I have to put it before the verb. Los puse encima de la mesa. Pero nadie los usó. No, nadie los utilizó. Nadie los utilizó. I only have one verb. See, utilizar. This is the only verb I have. So the rule says that I have to put it before the verb. Let's continue. Ramón es un buen sobrino. Ayudó a mi tía con su trasteo. Mi tía will be the thing that we're going to replace, or the person we're going to replace here. So mi tía is a girl. Girl is feminine, so it goes with la. La is the direct pronoun that it's going to replace. Mi tía. Okay. Trasteo is moving. When you move from a house to another house, we use trasteo. Okay. We use this in Colombia. We say trasteo. I don't know if they use this in Mexico, but in Colombia we use trasteo. O mudanza, you can also say mudanza. Luego la ayudó. I only have one verb, the verb to help, so I have to put the direct pronoun before the verb. La is replacing mi tía, my aunt. La ayudó a organizar todo. Después la ayudó. I only have one verb, I have to put it before the verb. La ayudó a cuidar su perro. Por la noche la llevó a comer. I only have one verb, I have to put it before the verb. Y la invitó a cine. Only have one verb, have to put it before the verb. Let's continue. Hoy alisté a mi hermanito. This is the verb alistar. Get something ready, or get yourself ready for something, for an appointment or a date. Okay. Hoy alisté a mi hermanito. So I have my little brother ready to take him to school. So my hermanito, my little brother, will be the thing of the person that we're going to replace. Mi hermanito is male. He's a boy, so he's masculine. So we're going to replace it with lo. Here we have para. What did I say about para? If we have para, after de, after a, you don't have to conjugate the verb. That's why I have the verb to take here in its infinitive form. And I have to put the direct pronoun after the verb. After para, after de, after a. See, that's why you will see it here, because we have para. Okay, al jardín. Lo levanté. See, I only have one verb here. We don't have para, we don't have a, we don't have de. So I have to comply with the first rule. I have to put it before the verb. Lo levanté, I wake him up muy temprano. Lo bañé, I bathe him. See, I only have one verb. I have to put it before the verb. Lo vestí, I dressed him up. Y luego lo llevé caminando al jardín. See? Again, I only have one verb. I have to put it before the verb. Let's continue with the other phrase. Necesito una novia y la necesito para hoy mismo, porque hoy tengo un evento muy importante. Voy a invitar a María, la voy a hacer mi novia, la voy a llevar al evento y después la voy a llevar a comer y luego la voy a llevar a la casa. Okay, una novia will be the thing that we're going to replace. A girl is feminine, so we're going to replace a novia with la. La necesito. Only have one verb. I have to put it before the verb. Para hoy mismo, porque hoy tengo un evento muy importante. Voy a invitar a María. La María will be the thing that we're going to replace. María is a girl, so we're going to replace it with la. La voy a hacer mi novia. Oh, we have two verbs here. ir, and hacer, ¿sí? So I get to choose if I put this here or at the end of the second verb. Voy a hacerla mi novia, ¿sí? Again, we have two verbs here. Voy a llevar al evento. So I have to put here before the first verb or after the second verb. Voy a llevarla. And remember, after a, you don't have to conjugate the verb. That's why the verb hacer is in its infinitive form. I have a here, so I don't have to conjugate the verb llevar. And we have two verbs here, ir and llevar. So I get to choose if I put this here or if I put it here. Después voy a llevarla a comer y luego, again, two verbs. Dos verbos. Voy y llevar. So I have to put it here or here. Never in the middle. Luego voy a llevarla. If you're gringo, this is easier for you. Voy a llevarla a su casa. Voy a llevarla a comer. Voy a hacerla mi novia. Okay, let's continue with the eighth phrase. Ya te calenté la comida. This is the indirect pronoun. If you want me to explain you this, I will create a video showing you how and when to use this. So don't focus so much on this. Don't focus so much on this. We will see this later, okay? We're now learning, or we're now breaking down the direct pronoun. So let's skip this. I warm you the food, or already heated up the food for you. La comida. La comida will be the thing that we're going to replace. La comida is feminine. And they're already giving me with which pronoun should I replace la comida. They're already giving me la. So I'm going to put la here. See, if I'm going to keep talking about the food, I don't want to keep talking about la comida, la comida, la comida. Because the person who is listening to this conversation already knows what am I talking about. La dejé encima de la estufa. ¿Sí? I only have one verb. I left it on the top of on the stove. See, on the top of the stove or on the stove. La dejé encima de la estufa. La dejé tapada. ¿Sí? También te preparé again, indirect pronoun, we will see that later. Un poco de jugo. Jugo de mango is masculine. So we're going to replace jugo de mango with lo, because I don't want to say jugo de mango, jugo de mango, jugo de mango. That's why I'm going to replace it with lo. Lo dejé en la nevera. I only have one verb, so I have to put it before the verb. Lo dejé en la nevera. Lo dejé en la parte de abajo. I only have one verb. I need to put it before the verb. Continuamos con la novena frase. Ayer salió el nuevo disco de mi artista favorito. Lo escuché toda la noche. Hoy lo compartí con mis amigos y lo adoraron. Creo que lo voy a compartir con mis papás. Okay, nuevo disco it could be like a record or a single in Spanish. A record or a single. This will be the thing that we're going to replace. Nuevo disco is masculine, so we're going to replace it with lo because it's masculine. De mi artista favorito. Lo escuché. Why did I put this here before the verb? Because I only have one verb, so that is a rule. I have to put it before the verb. Lo escuché toda la noche. Hoy lo compartí. I share it with my friends. Why did I put this lo here before the verb and not after the verb? Because I only have one verb, and that is the rule. I have to put it before the verb. Lo adoraron. They loved it. In English, will be here, like here, the other way around. They loved it. Let me see here. Again. They loved it. See? But in Spanish is before the verb because that is a rule. Why? That is a rule. Remember, you are learning Spanish. You already know how to speak English. You're learning Spanish, a whole new different language. Okay? Stop translating. Stop translating. Creo que lo voy a compartir con mis papás. Oh, I have two verbs. So I get the opportunity to choose where to put this law. So I have to put it here or here. Creo que. Why? Because we have the verb. We have the verb ir and we have the verb compartir. Creo que voy a compartirlo con mis papás. Or I can put it like it's written here. Creo que lo voy a compartir con mis papás. I only get to choose when I have two verbs. Remember that. And you will never put this in the middle. Never in the middle. Let's continue with the 10th phrase. Yo ya compré todos los juguetes para esta Navidad. Los escondí para que los niños no los vean antes de tiempo. Compré una muñeca para Antonia, la escondí debajo de mi cama. Compré un camión para Juan, lo puse encima de mi armario. ¿Sí? Ya compré. We are exaggerating, so we we'll learn how to pronounce this correctly. Ya compré todos los juguetes. Los juguetes will be the thing that we're going to replace. They already giving me the answer with which pronoun should I replace it. Los, ¿sí? Because los is juguetes and juguetes is plural and juguetes is masculine. Para esta Navidad, los escondí. What is the reason? Why? What are the reasons I put this here? Because I only have one verb, so I have to put it this, the direct pronoun, the thing that is replacing. So I don't have to say juguetes, juguetes, juguetes again. Okay. Los escondí para que los niños no los vean antes de tiempo. Again, after the verb, I have to put los. Compré una muñeca. Okay, I'm switching direct pronouns here because I'm talking about something new. See, I was talking about toys before. Now I'm going to talk about a doll. See, una muñeca. Muñeca is doll, like a doll, and it also means hand. Okay, muñeca means doll in Spanish and means hand, your hand, tu muñeca. See, compré una muñeca para Antonia. See, so the thing we're going to replace here will be muñeca because I'm going to keep talking about the muñeca. I'm going to tell the person who is listening to me where I hide the muñeca. Okay, so I'm going to keep talking about the muñeca, but I don't want to say muñeca and muñeca again. So I have to, I want to replace it with la. I don't have to, but it will sound more better. It will sound better if you replace it with the direct pronoun. So muñeca will be la because muñeca is feminine. So I have to replace it with la. La escondí debajo de mi cama. I only have one verb. I have to put it before the verb. Compré un camión. I'm switching subjects. See? So I was talking about a muñeca. Now I'm going to talk about a camión. See? And I'm going to keep talking camión. But I have to replace camión. I don't have to replace it, but it will sound better and not redundant. So with which pronoun should I replace camión? With lo, because camión is masculine. So I will replace camión with lo. Compré un camión para Juan. Lo puse encima de mi armario. I put it on top of my closet. I have to put lo before the verb because I only have one verb. Okay, so this was the first 10 phrases. I think I'm going to split this video into two parts because it's a little bit longer. I'm planning on recording and re-record this video, but only speak in Spanish. Only I will speak Spanish in that video. So I hope you like the video and I hope you enjoyed it and hope you like it, and see you on the next one. Please share the video with a friend, an enemy, I don't know, but just share the video. Nos vemos en un próximo video y hasta luego.